Remember's a perfect date. He had a great
to come
fight
back against Boots or to get a tune-up and then Boots?
No, we don't need a tune-up. Right. We want to go straight into Boots. We want straight into Boots. If Boots decides to fight Kelly and take advantage of Kelly being cut and everything, then that's kind of showing me that you really don't want to fight Vergil.
Well, he's already said he's more interested in Kelly and Fondora because he wants the 4 belts.
No, that's a lie, because he doesn't want to fight Vergil. He wanted to fight Vergil before. Why not anymore? Because he's the champion. He wants to unify. No, the fight against Vergil is 3 times bigger when it comes to his payday, to a meaningful fight. Nobody's gonna care.
Say it, man. Look. Come on. Look, he just got to the division, right? Yep. Got 2 fights in the division. He just beat a unified world champion.
Yeah. Hold on. Time out.
Hold up.
Who did Zayas beat to be called the champion?
You can't do that.
What do you mean who he beat to be called the champion?
Who cares what a sanctioning body assigns a belt?
Jorge Garcia, not Ryan Garcia. Jorge Garcia.
Yeah, well, he beat Jorge. Yeah,
right, so you mean to tell me you call someone a champion because they beat Garcia?
Listen to me, he won the belt.
Right, he won a belt. That's different than being champion.
I get that, I understand that.
At 140 pounds.
Hittable, for sure. Hittable.
Gotta get inside on him.
I think he's become overrated on the tournament
But at the same time, when you get inside, he's better inside than he is outside, in my opinion. He'll chop you up with those uppercuts, and he's tough. The things that I like in this division, 154, is that you have Boots. You see his determination. Did you see it the other night? You saw his determination and will? Yeah. Vergil Ortiz, what does he have? That determination and that will?
And Virgil's a little twitchy, too, for a guy with power.
Yeah.
And aggression. And he got a lot of heart.
Fondora.
Not even a year since Vergil's last fight, and it seems like they already forgot his last couple of performances, man. Those were the 2 of his best performances against Madrimov, a guy that almost beat Crawford, and the way he did, dominated with no questions, and then goes and knocks out Lubin in the second round, made it look so easy. Man, Timothy forgot.
As Robert Garcia drops a massive reveal about Vergil Ortiz's next fight, while firing a warning shot at Boots Ennis over money and legacy.
That's a lie, because he doesn't want to fight Vergil. He wanted to fight Vergil before. Why not anymore? Because he's the champion. He wants to unify. No, the fight against Vergil is 3 times bigger when it comes to his payday, to a meaningful fight. Nobody's gonna care because you beat Kelly or you beat Vergil. You know what I mean? A win over somebody like Vergil means a lot more than Josh Kelly.
It does, but
you know what I mean?
But if he's gonna go the Kelly route, don't you have to go after Fondora?
Then we'll do that.
Right.
Then we'll do that. We'll do that. If Boots decides to go after Kelly and take advantage of that big old cut, and right now is the moment to do it, then that's the way they're gonna do it. I can't force them either.
Robert Garcia is sending a clear warning to Jaron Boots Ennis, claiming Vergil Ortiz Jr. is coming for a statement victory and has no interest in any easy tune-up fight before their potential showdown.
100% agree with Vergil. I think if Vergil is able to, fight Boots and we were able to get those punches, I think it's over. I think Vergil is not going to hold back. Vergil has great, insane power at 154. So I think Vergil will finish him.
Adding more fuel to the growing discussion, Mauricio Suleiman has revealed his thoughts on the Fondora Ortiz mandate, further igniting a buzz over Ortiz's future.
Has been always in communications with both camps, and now it is just very recent that Ortiz and Golden Boy have finalized their legal situation. But now Fondora has a fight scheduled, and Ennis who was supposed to fight Ortiz, that was their petition. He already has another direction, so we have to see what's going to happen. But we have been consistent and always in communications with both Golden Boy for Ortiz and with PBC and TGV with Fondora.
Well, what are the chances you make that happen, though, that you mandate it after
that's a fight
mandatory?
That's a fight that we all should be looking for, the interim champion against the champion.
Robert Garcia believes Vergil Ortiz Jr. can stop Boots Ennis, but Tim Bradley sees a different outcome, backing Ennis to dominate, and his prediction carries serious weight.
But then again, if you see him step into a ring with Ortiz, we may see a completely different guy, especially if he gets touched.
Man, he gonna cook Ortiz. He gonna cook Ortiz just like he just got done cooking Zayas. Look, man.
But that was expected, though.
Listen to me.
You're talking about Zayas, a guy that isn't known for his punching power at all. That was
or his speed,
or
really his skills. He checks boxes at a decent level, but not at an elite level.
Yes.
But the thing is that he didn't feel the pop. You got to understand that about Boots. Boots is willing to take yours to get his, and it's a trap. Right? A lot of his flaws, but I'm just telling you that I know it's not always a good thing, but it works for him. And I think that he fights off of feeling. That's what it is. It's feeling. You understand that, right?
But another thing that I didn't like as well.
Robert Garcia admits he has a completely different view of a potential Boots versus Vergil showdown. He believes Bradley's confidence in Ennis is not only based on skills, but also influenced by favoritism. Garcia argues that when both fighters finally share the ring, Vergil's power, pressure, and aggressive style will expose the weaknesses many people overlook in Boots.
He's a former world champion, a great person. He knows how to speak well. He's done commentary on fights for ESPN, so he's got experience on everything. Maybe it's just favoritism. Maybe it's just something to do with being, having a favorite fighter. It could be that. I don't know. Look, I'm not saying he's, I can't say, because we don't know. You're wrong, or get in a fight with Timothy Bradley, because I'm not gonna do that. He's a friend and a good person, but I think the opposite. I totally think the opposite. I think Vergil, look, do people forget that it was just last year, early last year?
According to Garcia, Bradley has forgotten that Vergil is the fighter who defeated Israel Madrimov, a boxer who pushed Terence Crawford to the limit. Robert highlights how quickly the boxing landscape changes and believes Ortiz's recent achievements are being overlooked. He points out that 2 of Vergil's best performances happened just last year, yet many fans and analysts have already moved past those impressive victories.
Vergil beat Madrimov and the way he did, and the skills that he showed. The skills that he showed, a Madrimov who almost beat Crawford, and then Vergil goes out and does what he did with Madrimov. I think not only Timothy, but a lot of people might have that already. And then he goes and dominates second round knocker Lubin. Man, it hasn't been not even a year since Vergil's last fight, and it seems like they already forgot his last couple of performances, man. Those were the 2 of his best performances against Madrimov, a guy that almost beat Crawford, and the way he did, dominated with no questions.
As for Boots, he appears more interested in moving toward a fight with Fondora instead of Vergil, and he is tired of answering the same questions again and again. Ennis shut down the constant speculation, suggesting that Fondora or Kelly could be the more likely next opponent. His main goal remains clear: capturing world titles and continuing his rise toward becoming a dominant force in the division.
The better the fighter is, the better I'm gonna be, the sharper I'm gonna be. So, I'm here to, collect these belts, and, I want to be undisputed at 154, and I will be undisputed at 154. I ain't get to do it at 47. So, the next best thing is, Fondora or, Kelly. So, and I feel like everybody want to see me and Fondora because he's a tall test.
Yeah, I love the Fondora fight. I think that's probably my favorite fight for you that's available right now. Sounds like he might be doing his mandatory next. And then, of course, we have Josh Kelly. But look, Vergil Ortiz, we know you already accepted that fight back in April, and then his court issues with Golden Boy prevented the fight from happening. Are you getting a little tired in the situation now? Because I know you're asked about it everywhere you go.
Yeah, everybody asks me about it all the time. I did my part,
On the other hand, Josh Kelly has a different perspective on Boots Ennis and believes there are weaknesses that cannot be ignored. Kelly claims that fans have already seen cracks in Boots' game, suggesting that elite opponents can find ways to challenge him. While Ennis remains one of boxing's most talented fighters, Kelly believes those flaws could become a major factor when he faces tougher competition at the highest level.
Both of them, which we hadn't seen before, so it's a good watch.
Yeah. Was there anything that surprised you about it, would you say, when you were watching it? Or?
How fast the fight caught straight away. I'd expected a little bit more boxing, a little bit more feeling out, especially from Xander, but just caught a light straight away.
Yeah. Speaking about the potential matchup, Tim Bradley believes Josh Kelly possesses the style and ring experience needed to test Boots Ennis in a way few fighters can. He feels Kelly's movement, timing, and technical ability could create difficult moments for Ennis if they ever share the ring. According to Bradley, Josh is not the type of opponent who will simply stand in front of Boots, making the fight a challenging puzzle to solve.
Boots facing is Josh Kelly. I think Josh Kelly's a little bit more difficult fight, believe it or not, than Vergil Ortiz. Styles make fights. Josh Kelly don't look like much, but he's quick. He got good reflexes. He got some pop on his shots. He's very deceiving. And he got legs. And he gonna move around all night, and Boots gonna have to chase. He gonna have to chase. And he gonna have to chase. And you know, Boots don't really like to chase. You can hear it when they talking. Well, if he's standing right there in front of me, it's gonna be night. You know, it's not gonna be a short night. They like guys that stand in front of them. Vergil Ortiz, yeah, they like guys that stand in front of them.
Breaking it down, Tim explains that Boots has the tools to eventually find a way through Josh's defense, but he believes it would not happen instantly. Ennis would need to remain patient, carefully study Kelly's movements, and wait for the right opportunities. He feels that forcing the action could make things difficult, and Boots would have to stay disciplined to turn those openings into meaningful damage.
Kelly isn't the most, his defense, even though he's very elusive, Boots throwing combinations, something eventually gonna crack that defense. You know, especially when guys that they just like to use the head movement and be, you know, elusive and agile. You can let those punches fly, man, and something eventually is gonna get in there on the guy. And as long as Boots is pressing forward, cutting off the ring, right, prepare himself for boxers, he should have no problem beating Josh Kelly. However, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more time for him to be able to get to him, judging by, you know, what I know about Boots Ennis. So, salute OG, I appreciate you. Hey Jack, appreciate you, bro.
Stepping into the discussion, Greg Hackett dismisses the idea that Josh has a real chance against Boots, instead viewing him as another potential victim on Ennis's path. Hackett explains that comparing Kelly's past fight with Bakram Murtazaliev to a matchup against Boots would be a mistake. He believes Ennis brings a completely different challenge with elite switch hitting, explosive speed, and fight-ending power that could create serious problems for Josh.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I hope we get one of the guys, you know what I mean? But Josh Kelly is just another victim, you know what I'm saying? To be real. I mean, he in the way. I mean, we respect Josh Kelly, but he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is right now, if you ask me. He has hand speed. We know that he got quick feet. And, you know, he gonna try to make the fight tough for you. He's not the biggest puncher, but he can hit a little bit. And, you know, with a guy like Josh Kelly, you just gotta be patient. You can't be eager to get to him, because, you know, he gonna make sure he do whatever to get up out of there, like he did with Bakram. Gave Bakram some trouble, but Boots isn't Bakram, so, you know, it's gonna be a different type of fight. But yeah, those are the things you gotta watch out for. You can't just go in there and think you're gonna just punch a man in his head and he ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Although Hackett believes Boots would be the favorite, he also makes it clear that the path to victory will not be simple. He breaks down how the fight could unfold and explains how both fighters may approach the battle, especially focusing on Kelly's skills and how he plans to use them. At the same time, Hackett puts himself in Boots' position, sharing his thoughts on the strategy Ennis should use to handle Kelly's movement, timing, and pressure.
And especially fighting Boots, that's gonna probably be the quickest we ever seen him. He's gonna be quick on his feet, hands gonna be fast, and he's gonna be trying to get in and get out. You know what I mean? So you gotta be good and patient and be ready to go to that body. You know what I mean?
If you're Boots, how do you approach this fight with a guy that you know?
Patience, because he not really trying to get in a shootout. Xander was willing to get in a shootout with Boots. Josh Kelly is not gonna be willing to get in no shootout. That ain't what he trying to do. Josh Kelly trying to be who he is, pretty boy. You know what I mean? So that means when you carry a name like that, you basing your style off of hitting and not get hit. You know what I mean? So that's saying he gonna be in there trying his best to get off and then get the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? Boots just gotta be patient.
Joining the discussion, Sebastian Fondora gave his prediction on the potential matchup and suggested that Ortiz could face Boots before he gets his own opportunity against Ennis. Fondora strongly favors Vergil, pointing to areas where he believes Boots looked vulnerable in his recent fight with Xander Zayas. He feels Ortiz's constant aggression, physical strength, and calculated pressure could create problems throughout the contest and potentially allow him to secure a victory on the scorecards.
I think Vergil wins that fight. We we saw some flaws from Boots with the last fight. I mean, he looked great. He looked great. I mean, he beat Zayas. I mean, pretty easy. But that third round still raises some questions, right? I mean, it raised everybody some questions. How does he do with pressure? Vergil is a pressure fighter, and he hits hard. I consider myself also a pressure fighter. He throws a lot of punches and hits hard. So we'll see what happens when he fights one of us. I mean, I guess Vergil's first. So we'll see what happens with that, but I favor Vergil.
Well, I actually meant your deepest thoughts about them as opponents for yourself than each other.
Oh, yeah. I'll beat them both. It's simple as that. I'll beat them both.
When it comes to Fondora, many experts continue to view him as one of the toughest challenges available for Boots. Max Kellerman believes Fondora's unusual height, reach, and physical advantages could become major weapons if he uses them effectively. He also highlighted the improvement shown in his performance against Keith Thurman, explaining that Fondora's size combined with his development as a fighter could create a difficult puzzle for Ennis and force him into unfamiliar territory.
No doubt.
I got a lot of size.
Fondora.
I think Fondora's a problem.
Fondora.
Because of his size and his reach.
Because his size, his reach, and how he's using it now.
Yes.
You're looking at a...
I give him. This is what I'm on guard against. I give Fondora credit. I absolutely agree. He's gotten better.
Yes.
And because of his size and reach and his volume punching, he can be a problem. I'd like to see how Boots fares against Fondora, although I would think if Boots especially could beat Fondora. What I'm careful about is people going into the Thurman fight thought one thing of Fondora. Coming out of the Thurman fight, they thought another thing. But this is not Thurman from 6 years ago, guys.
He's not a bum.
Thurman made a great point.
Amid the growing praise for Boots, some voices have also questioned aspects of his performances. Sergio Mora believes the biggest factor is whether a fight delivers excitement for the fans, and he feels this one accomplished that goal. Mora highlighted the third round as a possible round of the year contender, explaining that boxing is not just about landing punches, but also about overcoming adversity. In his eyes, the fans witnessed the action they came to see.
Of Boots and how vulnerable he's looked. We've heard people, whether it's Terrence Crawford, who may have some reasons for feeling that way, Tim Bradley, other fighters who have said, hey, Boots looked great offensively, but he did show some vulnerabilities. What have you made of the criticism of Boots in the aftermath of this?
Was it exciting? Yes. Was it the round of the year in that third round? Yes. Does he get hit? Absolutely. This is a hurt game, but the sweet science can be on the back foot. It could be brilliant. It could be master boxing, but then people will call it boring. But then once you get hit in an exciting fight, then you become vulnerable, susceptible. You can be hit. You can get beat. Which one is it? You're never going to satisfy the critics or the fans, or you're not going to be able to please everybody. But he pleased the boxing crowd.
Not all criticism surrounding Boots is viewed as a setback. Some believe those concerns could actually push him toward becoming a more complete fighter. The main area under discussion remains his defense, with analysts suggesting he needs to tighten certain aspects before facing the division's most dangerous names. With possible matchups against Fondora, Josh Kelly, and Vergil Ortiz Jr. ahead, many feel addressing these weaknesses now could prepare Boots for the biggest challenges of his career.
Continues his rise at junior middleweight and beyond. He does have to get, I think, a little sharper defensively. Like, you don't want to get into those exchanges with other fighters. Xander Zayas is not regarded as a puncher at junior middleweight. Vergil Ortiz is, Sebastian Fondora is, even Josh Kelly has a little bit of pop. And then, as Eddie Hearn has suggested, we could see Boots going to 160, could see him go to 168. So I think you do want to clean up your defense a little bit, but we're not talking about this being like a C-level performance. This was an A-level performance from Boots Ennis. The reason it's not an A+ is because, yeah, there are some things he has to clean up. Like, you don't want to get hit with straight right hands by someone that's a bigger puncher than Xander Zayas. You don't want to get into kind of a slugfest. And when you do, you got to hold on, man.
Sergio also gave his opinion on a possible showdown between Vergil and Boots, breaking down what could make the matchup so intriguing. He acknowledges Vergil's dangerous punching power, but points out that Ortiz has shown a willingness to absorb shots in past fights. Mora believes the key factor will be intelligence inside the ring, with the winner likely being the fighter who adapts faster, makes the right decisions, and takes advantage of every opportunity created during the battle.
Since the beginning, a knockout puncher, but Ortiz gets hit too. He gets rocked. He gets controversially knocked down as well. He would deny it, but the truth is there. We could see, we have eyes. Boots is the same way. This is the type of fight with Boots and Ortiz. If when it happens. One of the biggest fights in boxing against two power punchers that are susceptibly defensively because they're so front foot. They go for the knockout. When you have knockout punchers, you're bound to get touched. The difference is Boots rolls with the shots. He takes a little bit of the steam off the shots. He knows how to use his long frame and still dig to the body. Vergil, on the other hand, he'll get up after getting dropped, shake his head, and put it in another gear, in a meaner gear.
The future of the welterweight division is heating up, and every new prediction adds more fire to the Boots, Vergil, and Fondora debate. But who do you think has what it takes to rule the division? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more breaking boxing stories and analysis.